All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode where we are happy to be here. Welcome to the Mind of a Brother podcast, where we are having part two of our most recent episode where we focused on childhood, fatherhood, and intergenerational health. Sorry, my bad. Intergenerational healing. We're gonna edit that out, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I'm gonna introduce actually a special guest that we have for this evening. So let me go ahead and give this quick intro. This is Marcus Jackson. His stage name is Mr. Watch Me Work. He's a stand-up comedian from Oxon Hill, Maryland. This stand-up comedian with over 8 years of experience amusing diverse audiences, refining original material, and collaborating with renowned performers. He's known for his strong stage performance, his impeccable comedic timing, and the ability to captivate crowds. And we hoping for that to happen this evening as well. He's a
Mm-hmm.
talent for seamlessly adjusting to different environments and maintaining consistent high quality performances. So, Mr. Watch Me Work, thank you for being with
Mm.
us on this evening.
Thank you for having me. Look, just one correction.
What's
The
that?
Mr. Watch Me Work that's the Instagram name, but I done gave that up to, you know what I'm saying,
Okay.
through different circumstances. But my stage name will be it's Mr. Marcus, not the comedian. I mean, not the porn star, but
It's a
yeah,
whole other
that's
kind
it.
of podcast, y'all.
Yeah,
The good
yeah.
one.
I don't hump for money. I'm just funny.
Look at him growing up. Look at him growing up.
Yeah, look,
We
but
love
that's a crazy thing. Mr. Watching Work that came as a crazy idea like a while ago, right? So some guy just came home from prison and he had that name in mind. I guess God was like, I ain't doing that with that name, so we're gonna give it to somebody else, and he deserved it. He deserved that name.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? So I was like, I just bow out gracefully, and he doing numbers, yo. So shout out to Mr. Watch Me Work. I just did it as just an Instagram name, but I wasn't going off by that because that's not what they call me on stage.
Okay.
Well, all right
All
then.
right, but I know that's that was what was in the bio. You know
All right.
what
Well,
I'm saying?
we appreciate the correction. We appreciate the growth moment and the growing
Hmm.
opportunity.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yes, sir. I like the
All
way you
right,
put that,
fellas.
man.
Hey, we all about positive reframing
I know
around
that's right.
here.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
We'll put a positive spin on anything.
Hmm.
Ain't that right, Calvin?
Hey man, we try to.
Hmm.
All right, guys. So we're going to pick up where we left off last week. So last week we were touching upon some like really deep topics: father wounds and absenteeism, breaking cycles as fathers, and the inner child work for Black men. When we think about what it means to be a Black man, we face a whole lot of things. And sometimes, like, we find it starting at an early age. I mean, I recognize, when I was growing up, I was facing some things that I didn't even recognize were a problem until I grew up and I was like, man, like, I made it through some things, but at the same time, I'm glad I went through what I went through. Can y'all
Hmm.
relate to that?
Yes, yes, yes. You know, what don't kill you make you stronger, right?
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, true. I would say like you don't know nothing is wrong until somebody tell you that it's wrong.
Right.
Yeah, because we just out here living.
Yeah, like
Hmm.
for the most of my life, I'm like, shoot, I'm cool, I'm thugging it. And then somebody was like, nah, bro, you can't be doing that. I'm like, who you is to tell me I can't do something? Then I'm like, well, maybe
Yeah, but
more.
but but look, who is a person to tell you what's wrong when not knowing that person is doing wrong?
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That's
Because
true.
I
That's true.
mean, yeah, growing up, I didn't had it. One of my friends that we no longer friends now, right? And he told me that I wasn't a good friend because I wasn't telling him that he was doing wrong. I'm like, I can't tell you that you're doing wrong when I'm out here doing wrong with you. That's a
Yeah.
that's a hypocrite, right? I'm not a hypocrite. I can't tell you
Nah,
that
that's
you're
a
doing
fact.
wrong. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to
That's a
certain
fact.
stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, my number one priority ever since I had a child was being a dad. You know,
Mhm.
not a father. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at that word father. Father is far. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Okay.
saying?
All
And,
right.
and, and
Okay.
then you think of Father's Day. We don't get nothing for Father's Day, but a popcorn chain or some socks or some cologne.
Mess
You
around,
see
get a
what I'm
wallet.
saying? Yeah, you see, look, same stuff that we buy on a normal basis. We getting the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Everything got a function to it.
Yes, 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 yes,
Gotta
yes.
have a
So
purpose.
gotta have a purpose. So I say it's life is about living and learning. That's
Hmm.
all. It's like don't tell me that I'm wrong because at the end of the day, behind closed doors, I don't know what you're doing. You could be doing all the wrong you want, but coming outside your house telling everybody what's right, nah, I don't listen to that stuff. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
Right.
saying?
All right. All right. So I know that you just mentioned that you're not a father, you're a dad. What in your opinion is the difference between a father and a dad? You said a father is like far away, but what
Yeah. The
what
first three
what's his
letters in
other
the
level of being a
first
dad?
the first three letters in father is FAR. That's somebody that's far. You know what I'm saying? That's
Uh-huh.
that a dad is a person, like I had a dad, you know what I'm saying? God rest his soul, he died 3 years ago. I had a dad. I was in a two-parent family home.
hmm
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
To say
Hmm.
it has its pros and has its cons. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying? If you do wrong, you get two butt whoopings. That's I
Fact.
always live by. You
one
get two
one
of
for
them.
each cheek.
Yeah, one for each cheek, or they just both smacking the same cheek. But a dad is a person, you know what I'm saying, that provides, that's there, that gives you advice, that leads you on to
Mhm.
be not like them, but better than them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
So that's a
Yeah.
dad to me. And quite sure it's an acronym to that. But it's like I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I don't know it yet, but I'm gonna find it. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I found the definition of a father. All fathers are not there. They're not there when you really need them. They're
hmm
far
Mhm.
from you when you need them. So it takes time. So that's my opinion on that.
So,
Man, that hit that just hit my core. And I
Mm-hmm.
just looking at it again, you're 100% correct. A father is someone who has a biological relation, that biologically linked to you or has legal right over you.
Mm-hmm.
Why a dad is someone, a dad implies relationship of love, care, and involvement.
Mm.
Man, that's amazing.
Man, you
And
just gave me chills, man.
yeah,
Because this is
and
gonna be a sensitive conversation for me, being as though that I had a dad. You know what I'm saying? And it's
mm,
like that's the only uh person that male figure that actually, you know what I'm saying, genuinely loved me and
Mhm.
told me what was right. You know what I'm saying? He always
Yeah.
told me, don't be like me, be better than me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And just so happened when he passed away, and I think it's just like it's not no what they call it, no Illuminati stuff. Stuff started actually happening when he passed away. you
Mhm.
know. And I'm gonna tell you this: my first comedy show that I ever had, because I was always doing side stuff, you know what I'm saying, but not being on a flyer.
hmm
Mhm.
He was on an obituary, right? And
hmm
Right.
I was on a flyer. You
Mm.
you picking up what I'm putting
I,
down?
I I see I
Yeah.
see the
When
symbolism there.
yeah, when
Yeah.
he passed away. So in my first
Uh-huh.
comedy show, all his side of the family was there, and he has a twin brother. It was
Mhm.
one seat that wasn't nobody that was unoccupied. Call me
Wow.
crazy. I have a white
Mhm.
friend. He came with me. He was like, "Yeah." After the show, I did good. After the show, he was like, "I could barely hear you, but it's I guess it was because of the stereo system or whatever, the speakers." But he was like,
Mhm.
"I couldn't hear you." I said, "Why didn't you move up? You white. You can do whatever you want."
Yeah.
But it was like that one seat was available, and you
Yeah.
did
Uh-huh.
not take that seat. And to me personally, that my father was in that seat because nobody sat in that seat
Mm.
that whole show,
Mm.
and it was packed. When I say it was, all the chairs was filled, and it was packed.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh my. I'm gonna have a connection moment right now. So earlier you was talking about, the difference between a father and a dad. And one of the
Mm-hmm.
things that jumped out to me is the fact that a dad is somebody that is present. And that
Mm-hmm.
presence can be physically, socially, emotionally, just somebody you can relate to and like lean on
Mm-hmm.
and is there. But
Mm-hmm.
in your experience, not only was your dad there physically, but after
Mm-hmm.
he passed on, he was still a present part of your life, even though he wasn't there physically anymore.
Yes. Yes. Till this day.
Mm,
Till this
mm,
day. Till this
yes,
day. I tell you that. Till this day. I never called him father. I always call him dad.
I love that.
I
Mm.
I
never
love that.
called him father. I
And that
always
just
called
shows
him
like
dad.
that just shows how much of an impact he had on your life as well.
Yes, 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 yes. The thing I take, you know what I'm saying, take heed of, or what he told me, a man should never be broke. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
how your day go. As long as you put your hand in your pocket, you better pull out something. Pull out something. I don't care if it's a car, pull out $1, you know what I'm saying? Pull out something. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
can't come out this joint
Yeah,
empty
don't, yeah,
handed.
yeah. Empty back. Yeah,
I ain't gonna.
don't ever show your pockets.
Uh-huh.
Never.
I ain't gonna say
So
anything about these lint balls I
Right.
got.
so
Every time I put
just
my and I come out with nothing, I'm like, damn, dad.
Let me reach a little deeper.
Right, yeah, yeah. I got something. Or check that little third pocket that nobody never used. You gonna find $1 or $10 bill in that thing. I
Might
promise you
have
that.
4 quarters tucked in that
Right,
joint.
right. You know what I'm saying?
so one thing I'm getting from this whole thing from both of you is that any man can be a father, but it
Anybody
takes
can
someone special. It takes
to be a
someone
dad.
special to be a dad.
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
again, the relationship between a dad and a son is a relationship that has to do with the heart. While
Mm-hmm.
a father is someone that has a title and has a role, and he has a
Mm-hmm.
title or a role. But
Mm-hmm.
again, man, so what we are striving for is to be dad, not just fathers.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And this is amazing. This is amazing.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And like as we continue this conversation, I'm thinking, for all the dads that are out there, when we think about the stuff that happened in our lives before we reach that point, and even after we reach that point, we have to recognize the fact that as dads to be, as future dads, we all go through some things.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these things start in our childhoods. And sometimes we have experiences in our childhood that we may not want those after us to experience. We may get some advice that we hold on to, and we may even be in a place where we want to spread that wealth and give that advice to other people as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about, sometimes in my life where like I've had my sit down conversations with my dad, and some of those conversations were like really, really powerful. I can also say the same thing. I'm just gonna put this plug in for my mom as well. There were times when my dad wasn't present because I lived in a single parent household. My dad was a part of my life, but for the most part, 99% of my life, I was being raised by my mom. So she stepped into that role, and she did what she had to do to make sure that me and my sister were taken care of. So I just
Mm-hmm.
think it's beneficial for us to recognize that anybody can fill that role, but it takes a special person to take it to that next level that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all. There's levels to this.
Hmm.
Always. There's levels to everything you do. Don't just categorize it just because, you know what I'm saying, it makes you feel good. I always say use the same philosophy to everything you do, you know?
Mhm.
As I say, it's more than 10 ways to skin a cat.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So that just don't just use that in one little philosophy that that makes you feel good and makes you feel comfortable. Of course, you're gonna want to make yourself feel good and comfortable, but just at the end of the day, just face reality.
Mhm.
They say I
mm,
always say this: life is fair. It is. I'm gonna tell you this because we all know that they're gonna tell you the same thing that it ain't. We all dealt with the same 24 hours in a day. Ain't nobody's a minute short. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's up to you to do whatever it is to that you need to do to make you great.
So
Uh,
let me
yeah.
ask you this then. Was that something that your dad taught you? Because when you say it like that, a lot of people will say, life isn't fair because of
Uh-huh.
circumstances, problems, and stuff like that, right? But what you just said is really coming from a place of like resilience. There's a lot
Hmm.
of determination there, and I mean, like you said, everybody's working with the same time during the day. So where did
Yeah.
you get that from?
So I got it from it's just like I say, I always go like this: actions speak louder than words.
Mm-hmm.
You see what
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
saying? So if
Yep.
a
Yep.
person tells you something, you don't gotta believe them. But it's like if they're showing you something, then you have no other choice but to believe them because you're seeing with your own eyes. Am I correct?
Hmm.
Yep.
So the whole
Yep.
time my dad used to always tell me this, like when him and my mom was going through stuff, and he'd say, I don't have to be here. He don't have to. Because like I say, nobody's obligated to you.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah.
have to be here, you know what I'm saying? But I say, Whole time he stayed there was he had 4 boys. 4 boys. I grew up with 4 boys and 2 girls.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So whole time he didn't have to really be there. Like I said, he provided. Even though like I say stuff got rough, but at the end of the day, he was still there. He never bailed out.
Yeah.
Stuff got tough. Like I say, in relationship, he had a relationship with his wife. Stuff
Mm-hmm.
got tough with that. So it's like he made it happen. He made it work. You know what I'm saying? Like everything wasn't always equal. Some days it
Mm-hmm.
was like this, some days it was like that. You know, it's like
Mm-hmm.
the only struggle he had was due to the fact that he has an outside child, but that was before all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's just to make his stuff work with her and without
Mm-hmm.
us feeling any kind of way. And he did that.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? He did that.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't look at she's not a stepsister to us. That's our real sister because we came out the same sack.
All
You
right.
know what I'm saying? That's the way that's the only way I can put it. I can't I
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
can't I can't make it up for you, make it look good for you. That's the way that I've seen it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't care what platform on, no disrespect. That's the way that I look at it. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
way that's being given. So therefore, I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna send it off to the next one. You know what I'm saying? What makes me and my father so close is like when he passed away, I got a tattoo of him on my stomach because he was known for having a big belly. And what I
All right.
and what I did was I took some of them ashes and I put it in a tattoo.
Okay.
Mm.
You see what I'm
All
saying?
right.
Because it's like at the end of the day, I'm a part of your brand. This is what you know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying. I'm you,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
just like God. Like everything we do, and we doing it in God's eyes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
like you can take how you want to take it, but we do stuff that God would really want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you say you live through God. Because
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's all everything you're doing is already written in stone. Little do you know.
Mm-hmm.
I like that point, man, because it really sounds like when we talk about like dads, when we talk about what a dad actually means, um, from our last episode, we had talked a lot about the like the reoccurring pain or harm or stuff
Hmm.
like that that happens from generation to generation, right? But I know one thing that we didn't talk about is like the legacy that a dad leaves
Right.
behind, right? And how that
Hmm.
shows up in, I mean, no matter, it's like no matter whether he's there, whether he's not there, there's a legacy that gets left behind, right?
Hmm.
So I guess what I'm curious from you is that when you think about the legacy that your dad left, like how do you see that being carried out inside of you?
Um, by doing what I'm supposed to do. By
Mm-hmm.
like, for instance, me being a comedian, it was no overnight thinking. I've been this way since I was born. When I was in 7th grade, bro, you know, they ask you what you want to be when you grow up. And they say 7 is a lucky number, right? I'm going to speak this in terminology on how I know it. 7 is a lucky number. So I'm looking to my left, looking to my right. People want to be lawyers, doctors, astronauts, stuff that you know dang on well, especially living in the area that I was living in. Ain't no astronauts. Ain't no astronauts, you know what I'm saying? Like a doctor maybe, but I don't know what made me say this. I was going to be a comedian. And my father
Mm,
always told me, like he called me goofy, goofball. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because the
mhm.
way I laugh. So the whole time it's like, and what he always said to me is like, you can't be a comedian because you laugh at your own jokes. That's what he always told me. You can't be no comedian. You laugh at your own jokes. You know what I'm saying? Benzo, he had 6 kids and he felt like he was like the Wayne's father. He
Okay.
said, but one of y'all, he say, out of one of y'all, somebody's gonna make it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? One of y'all, I don't care what it is. Listen, I got 6 chances. It's like a lottery ticket. I got 6 chances. One of y'all got to make it. And and
Rolling
and
the
sa-
dice.
right, sad to say that. I guess you know what I'm saying. Like I say, God, he makes the calls. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And when he passed away, stuff went it elevated. You know what I'm saying? The
Mhm.
way
Mm-hmm.
I did it, uh, believe it or not, I worked in a comedy club. I went from mopping and sweeping a comedy stage.
Mm-hmm.
God put me in that direction to work in a comedy club, to do that, to, you know what I'm saying, to
Mm-hmm.
rub elbows with people that's just
Yep.
like me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, when they got off the stage and it's all cleared out, I'm mopping, I'm sweeping, and I'm getting on. I'm over there on the mic. There's nobody in there. somebody else say, get your butt back to work. Like,
Pay your dues. Pay
you're
your
right.
dues.
Get
Oh,
off
man.
that stage. That's for the professionals. You go ahead. Iceman, you know what I'm saying? Ball back. That's what they did to me. That's what they did to me. So now that I'm in that position, it's like, you did well, Dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I stuck to it. It's like I
Mm-hmm.
was one of them. Like I was at my underdog because I
Mm,
wasn't consistent with it. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
People, I know I was funny. People like, yo, you should do this, but I don't walk to nobody else's beat. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? Because I want to step off this front porch when I'm ready.
Yeah.
And I did, you know what I'm saying? When I got that call and they said, yeah, we got your gig. I said a gig, and it was like like an hour away. So I was like, okay, bet this is gonna be lit. I'm gonna get a hotel. Whoever come out to support me, come back to the hotel. We ain't gonna do no Diddy stuff. Just enjoy yourself. Just enjoy
You
yourself.
had to put that plug
You know
in.
what I'm saying? We ain't got baby oil. We got
Ain't
coconut
that type
oil.
of party.
Yeah, yeah. You wanna go get some coconut oil. We don't got the baby oil. I done switched it all. We don't do baby oil no more. We do coconut oil around this place. You know what I'm saying?
Organic. Organic.
All natural. You know, ain't no Johnson and Johnsons. We the Jacksons. I don't know. We the Jacksons. Ain't no Johnson and Johnson over here.
Right.
So so yeah, but that's how it led to me. And I have two girls, two daughters. I have an 11-year-old and I have a 2-year-old. You know,
Mm,
of course, you know, like I say I'm black, so two baby mothers.
Mhm.
But like I say, my daughters let me know that I am a dad every day. You know what I'm saying? And I talk to my daughters, and I talk to them like not like my friends, but I let them look, express yourself how it is. If daddy tripping and he's slipping, you let daddy know. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? Be who you want to be, and I'm going to support you all the way. They tell you this, like it's like me and my baby mothers, we argue, but guess whose side they on? On my side.
Mhm.
Don't you yell at daddy. Don't you do that to daddy. So that's how I know I'm doing a good job because like say the same thing they doing with me, I did to my dad, my mom and my dad got into it. I'm going to my daddy. And
Mhm,
say, Nate, I remind you, I'm the second boy. So the
mhm.
first boy is always going to be what? I'm gonna say it, the mama's boy.
Of course.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I consider myself as a daddy soldier.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. All right.
So
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 what
again,
was good? Go ahead, Dr. Ogway.
Kelvin brought up something that is so important, talking about how do we keep the legacy going. And while he was asking that question, something popped up in my mind, or came up on my mind. So that which means we can have good legacy and we can also have bad legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Now the question is, how do we break the circle of the negative stuff we started speaking about last week? You know, for fathers who don't have any connection with their kids, fathers who are absent, you know, from the life of their kids. So, what do we need to do from your experience? How do we break those negative legacy and turn them into becoming something good that will make our children, that will make our black brothers to say, yes, I want to be a dad, not just a father with the title and the role. I want to be someone that can change and that will relationship, that would care, that would be present to take care of the next generation of men to make them better people.
So I can go, and I'm gonna just go based off vibes because it started breaking up on the end.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna go on. We're
You
gonna
must
go
be in the
on
tunnel. He in
We're
a
gonna keep it
tunnel.
moving. We're gonna keep it
we're
moving.
gonna go
He in a
on
tunnel.
vibe. But like I think Dr. Aquay, to answer your question, at least where my mind is going is I think for men, I'd be transparent enough to say like sometimes we just gotta stop acting like there's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Or that every problem is like fixable just because we try to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I know for me, like when you talk about bad legacy and good legacy, like I didn't grow up with my dad at all, but he stayed around the corner, like
Mm,
around the
mm,
corner. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like,
mm,
Mhm.
and I
mm,
could go months without seeing him. I could go years without seeing him. And so, in my mind, I'm like, dang it, that's the last thing I'm trying to be like. I ain't trying to be like him. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's like I said last week, I saw my dad be a dad. He just wanted dad to me. He had other,
Mm,
Mhm.
and so
mm,
I still had to take into consideration that like it's not that he's gonna leave a legacy, good or bad, right? But I know for
Mm-hmm.
me and a lot of dudes that be in my type of situation, it's like sometimes you just gotta realize that what's happened has happened, and it is nothing that I can do to change it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I won't involved
Mm-hmm.
in the process. I won't involved in the decision making. So like the legacy that so one thing I'll always say is like I'm always gonna honor my old man. I might talk
Mm-hmm.
my talk and say what I gotta say, but at the end of the day, that's still my dad. I can't get another one. You know?
Yeah, honor thou father and thou mother. Right, right.
Right.
There we
Yeah.
go.
So
Ten
with
Commandments.
with that being said, it's like for me, as I maneuver, it's like I was telling somebody the other day, we was talking about the wire, and I was like, every man gotta have a code. Every man gotta have a code. And one thing about me is like I'm not gonna disrespect nobody, but I'm definitely not ready to sit here and disrespect my old man just because
Right.
of what he didn't do, right? And so for
Mm-hmm.
me, the legacy moving forward is that I lead with respect in every situation or
Mm.
however
Mm.
you maneuver. It
There
don't
you
matter if
go.
I don't like it. It don't matter if it like if it's just the worst thing that I heard. But as a
Mm-hmm.
man, I'm gonna lead with respect.
Hmm.
I'm gonna lead with patience. I
Integrity. Right. Yeah.
exactly right.
Hmm. There you go.
I had to be
Mm-hmm.
patient for it for my dad. You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a tough pill to swallow, bro. When
It
your
is,
dad's around the corner.
bro. Dude around the
Yeah.
corner.
And you
You
know he
can
around the
borrow
corner
sugar
too.
from this dude. And
Uh,
wow, bro.
So I'd be
Wow.
like we be in the car, and I'd be like, bro, I can see dude in the drive through at any given time.
Mm.
mm,
Mm.
He might be the car in front of me, you know?
Mm. Hey,
mm-hmm.
hey, bro. I'm so sorry, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That can strike a nerve, and like I say, that word trauma,
Hmm.
you can use that because I say people done take that word and they use
Yeah,
it so badly, and it's like, and it's not even trauma, but that
yeah,
right there, that right there, that's trauma, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily you one of them that's not out here terrorizing the world because you can be one of them.
Yeah.
yeah. Because like I said, when you think about legacy, like I know what I could do, right? I know what
Mm-hmm.
I could say. I know how I
Mm-hmm.
could maneuver, and
Mm-hmm.
so when I think about like the role of a dad, I can't even fully say that when I think of that, my dad doesn't come into play.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, I still got to give the man credit for what he did do. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
understand that
Yeah.
in order for me to get to where I need to be or get to or any man who's grown up in a situation like that, bro, it's like it's almost like I can just redefine the role for what I needed to be.
Mm.
Understanding though, man,
Mm,
it's gonna be some bumps, some bruises, it's gonna be some trials, some
mm-hmm.
errors. Real talk?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, bro. What's killing me is that I just looked at your name. You a
And I'm a
junior, bro.
junior.
Yep.
Man, bro, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like, that's all I can say, bro.
And I'm a junior. And I'm a junior.
He signed that birth certificate, man.
Man,
Wow,
man,
wow. So 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 so
this is
so
awesome.
so I'm gonna keep it like this, and I'm gonna come up from my perspective, and I'm gonna try to chop it up, and I'm gonna make it look good as possible.
Do your thing, man.
Your dad's a piece of crap.
Yeah, look.
I'm not gonna lie to you, brother, because to me personally, I feel some type of way about that, bro. And you're a junior, bro, and to hear you say that, bro, and talk to you man to man,
Yeah.
and I don't even know you, bro, and that hurt me, bro. And I'm gonna tell you this, and then I was in a familiar situation with that because when I was 18, I got kicked out the house,
Hmm.
right? Um, on Christmas by my mom,
Mm, mm.
and she had no audacity to say Merry Christmas when she did it.
Oh,
Dang.
God.
Dang.
And from that day, I promise you this, from that day, I never returned back home. Never.
Mhm.
Mm,
And where I was staying at, and just like you, I went literally 8 houses up, 8 houses to the left, and I was staying at my man house. So I seen my father and my mother at, you know what I'm saying, at the Giant, at Safeway,
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
and it's like he was off, it's like he was more like more like the Will Smith, and she was like the Jada. And it's like he seen me, we just nod our heads like this. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? We seen each other, we nod our heads. We never
Right, for
spoke. You know what I'm saying? Like I
sure.
say, and just to know that, oh, hey, you know what I'm saying? You still alive, that's good. I could call my dad anytime, but it's like and like I said, it was a mad step for me because I feel as though that happened for a reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I say I was like I say, I was traumatized due to the fact that I didn't have a childhood. Things though I grew up in a household, but it's like I'm not like fully not being a child. I still have adult responsibilities. I'm saying
Okay.
no,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? I'm babysitting kids at the age of 12
Yep.
and 11 when I should be
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
out here having fun. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And my career didn't take off until I'm at least like 25 because due to the fact that I had to babysit my little brothers and little sisters and couldn't leave the house until my parents came home from work. And then they
Mm-hmm.
they going back and forth about me not having a job. I'm like, I can't look for a job at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Who does that? So when you come home and I
The
leave out the
workday
house,
over, bro.
yeah, when you come home and I leave out the house, what do you think I'm doing? You know what I'm saying? What do you think
Yep.
I'm doing? And now that's when I have to put the gift of my dad putting me like I'm a Jackson. I got my dad last name, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna go out here and like I said, I became a bar back at a club. It's like which shit, I can party 7 days a week. Um, I, I,
Mm-hmm.
I was what you call homosexual. Is when after the club closed, it's like I gotta be lucky to find one of these chicks to go home with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
So
homeless.
so one thing that I'm getting from both of you is that being a father, being a father, you have to make a conscious a choice
Mm-hmm.
to be a good one. And I also want to ask Kelvin and Rookie, because both of them are educators. Do you consider yourself in a supportive role as a dad, changing the narrative when teaching young men or young kids to be better dads, to start to step up in the future to be dads that would support, that would be emotionally present, that would be supportive, that would be there to, impact their children with the right stuff?
Go for it, Ricky.
Yeah, I mean, as we're having this conversation, I'm just thinking, I'm thinking that in order for us to fill these roles and to like keep moving forward, um, first you gotta recognize that something is broken before you're able to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as men, especially as Black men, like we're just so good at adapting and just
Mm-hmm.
as changes come, like we change with the changes. I mean, both of y'all told stories about, times in your life where like things were just kind of crazy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but instead of like just complaining about it, like you did something. You didn't just sit there. You did something. I think as Black men, like that's what we're like programmed to do. We're programmed to like keep moving. We're programmed to make a difference in our lives. And as I mean, I'm not a father yet, not a dad yet. Hopefully one day, maybe next year. We'll see. I gotta talk to wifey about that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but we think about who's going to come after us as well, and like what are we doing? We're trying to like be those role models. We're trying to
Mm-hmm.
pass on that legacy. Even if we were dealt a bad hand, we want the next generation to receive a better hand than we were dealt. So how do we go about doing that? We take a look at what went well in our life and how can I pass this on, what didn't go
Mm-hmm.
well in my life, and how can I keep that from being passed on? What are the
Mm-hmm.
lessons that I can bestow along the way? And my work, like I said, I'm not a dad yet, but I still work with, a lot of young people, and I see the things that they're going through, and I try to find parts in their story where I can relate to them, but I can also have them think about how their story is going to continue no matter how it began. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense?
That makes sense. First of all, I'm gonna tell you, you gotta shoot that club up. Rick, Calvin, you understand what I'm saying? You gotta shoot that club up, bro. And when it comes, you got one of these, man. You got one of these, bro. So it's like it's pretty much yours. But when it comes to when it comes to that, bro, like you like I say, you learning from every person that you like that you're dealing with. So like
Yep.
keep that going.
Yep.
Keep that going. Like I said, you're not doing nothing wrong. I can't tell you that you're doing anything wrong. That's all you can do. You can't do
Mhm.
nothing else. You can't go to their homes and live with them and see what's going on in their household. So all you gotta do is just go over with them and just keep the positive outside of what would you do as a dad? What
Yeah.
would you do? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's all. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's not. It's a hard job. Like I said, we definitely do. We definitely are programmed to be like. You know, my father had this thing. It's called FTS. I'm not gonna curse, but put your helmets on. FTS. And it was like if he
Mhm.
can't deal with it, if he can't handle it, you know what? Hey, put it in God's hands, man.
Mhm.
All
There's
right.
nothing that
Mhm.
you can do about it. We all man, like I say, man, we all man, and man is God, like I say, but we don't have God abilities.
Mhm.
We just
Mhm.
got, you know what I'm saying, you got the way that he think. You know what I'm saying? We don't have
Yep.
the power. We
Yep.
can't turn water to wine unless we got
Mhm.
$50.
Mhm.
Hey, I like that.
Unless we got $50, we can't turn no water to wine. Because I'm about the top dollar line, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, like I say, keep doing what you're doing, man. I say you are in kids like so those technically are your kids. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's how, and I know
Yep.
that's how y'all think because it's like teachers, mentors, and all that. I said I got me a
Mhm.
mentor, and when my father passed away, he came into my life. And then
Mhm.
just so
Yeah.
happened he's been through a whole lot. He done been on a radio station. And shout out to my man Kai Knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And he guided me, you know what I'm saying, the right way to like, you know what I'm saying, to still feel as though have that dad figure in my life. He don't have
Yeah.
kids.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? He just going off experience. He done been here, he done did a lot of things. And I know he have.
Yeah.
I think for me when I be real with you, like I be telling them straight up, like, "Oh, I'm not your dad.
Right?
I can't. I'm not your dad, bro. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah.
But
I
if
can't.
I was your dad.
No." And so I think the biggest thing that I always have to, when I'm talking to like, I mean, and I work in education, right? So I work in education. So I work with kids all day, and,
Mm.
and I'm be real with you. Like I work with dudes. I worked with dudes before, and I know they're not taking care of their kids, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
well,
Yep.
Mhm.
here we are. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
Yep.
so,
Yep.
but from one side to the another, from the kids' side, majority of the kids that I work with don't have their dad. And then a lot of the men that I work with, they didn't have their dad. And so they just
Mm-hmm.
like, they low key, they just trying it out for the first time. Like, dang,
Mm-hmm.
this joint kind of tough.
Mhm.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
so when I'm working with like, especially like the youth who don't have that father in their life,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest with you, it's like, it's not that I try to like give them like the bruntness of the world, but it's like you can't blaming your dad for not being there as a result of your actions.
Yeah,
The
that to
the
me,
Mhm.
two
yeah.
the two not gonna add up, right? And so
Yeah.
for me, it's
Ownership.
like there's a lot of like you got to be very self-efficient to,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
but not being afraid of stepping out and taking those risks and not and also understanding that like what you thought like what a lot of people what a lot of men would look to for that guidance for the you're gonna have
Mhm.
to start getting creative,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
Mhm.
got your own brain.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
You
same
got your
thing
own brain.
and same thing what I said last week. It's like a lot of people will tell me, well, what do you do when you don't have that example to look at? I'm like, well, man, if I'm being real, I can be whatever I want to be.
Right.
Yeah.
See,
I
Yeah.
don't have to
right.
fit. I don't have
Uh-huh.
to fit a mold. And so for me, when I'm working with a lot of youth, it's like you don't have to be anything that you think I want you to be. You don't have to be anything that you think your mama wants you to be. I mean, of
Yeah,
course,
people, yeah.
you want to make sure that she's straight, but in the grand scheme of things, it's like this is your opportunity to kind of start your life or move the way that you want to move without
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
without anybody judging you, without anybody
Mm-hmm.
having a standard or an expectation of you. It's just about like you being willing to kind of go out on your own, knowing
Yeah.
that you may not always have that thing there, but that don't stop the
Yeah.
fact that things got to get accomplished. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
When
Yeah.
when you think about like that supportive role, for me, it's
Mhm.
like that's when I kind of step in as like mentor. That's when I step
Mhm.
in as coach. That's when I step in as those things, but I still gotta give them that flexibility to be like, man, this your life.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I made my decision.
Yeah.
I ain't know I wanted to be
And
a
and,
therapist, but
and
I
and
became
and
one.
and another thing, let them know that don't get too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
a loophole can come out of nowhere. Life can
But
hit you out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
every
That's
time.
uh-huh. And so when it comes to that, like I said, I'm talking to two people that's really in the industry where that you have to deal with multiple personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't
Mm-hmm.
know whether which one of these kids gonna go out here and crash out. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? 'Cause and it's gonna hurt you on the inside when you see them on the news, like, oh, I know that kid, you know what I'm saying? And some part of you gonna think that you had something to do with it.
And I also say this. I also tell people like, just because you think somebody grew up with a dad, they be tripping too.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't
Yeah, yeah,
nobody,
yeah. Like I
ain't
say,
nobody
yeah.
safe. Ain't nobody safe when it comes to like
Well,
the
but
way things
life.
work. If
Right,
you make
yeah.
bad decisions,
Right.
you had your daddy or not, buddy,
Right,
you gonna
right.
tell you
At the end
something
of the
gonna
day,
happen.
yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, when he's gone, you still gonna be living.
You
And what
still
you
gonna
gonna
Right.
be
do?
living. So
Right.
You c- you don't you
accountability.
can, you don't stop the clock. The clock don't stop for nobody. For
Yeah.
Yeah,
nobody.
I completely agree with every one of you. So this is my take. Being the father of four, I have teenage kids. I've been a man involved in church ministry, being a missionary for years, being someone who's also taking care of young soldiers, trying to raise the future, what's it called? The future leaders. One of the things that I would say that we need to encourage our young men coming up is taking on the responsibility of a dad. Again,
Hmm.
not every man is a father or is a dad. For the fact that you can impregnate a woman, for the fact that you have the futures of a man, doesn't mean that you are a responsible man. And what we need in order for us to break this circle is to take on the responsibility as dads.
Hmm.
Emotional responsibility. We need to be responsible to the people God is giving to us directly or indirectly. We need to be supportive. So, and if the very kids have teenage children, there are times I'm not there with them, but again, as a dad, it is on me to be responsible for their well-being. Whatever
Hmm.
I don't, whatever I didn't enjoy growing up, whatever I didn't like growing up, whatever I don't like seeing in other people's kids around me. I want to ensure that I also talk to my kids, raise my kids in such a way that they will not be the people that we see down in the street. There is a child in the way he or she. So when he or she is old, they will not be. So that responsibility in making change, telling my young men, if you make a bad choice, it will lead you to X, which means you will still keep on repeating the circle that your fathers did, the mistake you just did, the mistake your great grandfather did, and all that stuff. So, in order for you to stop, to break that circle, you need to
Mm-hmm.
make the right decision. You need to be responsible in every area of your life, financially responsible. You need to also be responsible with the kind of woman you want to choose as wife. You also need to be responsible with the kind of friends you hang out with. Because again, if you find yourself around the wrong circle, that can also, cause problem in your life. You need to also be responsible with the kind of a career you choose as well. So that is one of the things that I'm getting from every one of us, is
Mhm.
that we have to be responsible. Taking on that mantle of responsibility is what we need to break the circle, and also to be good dads that would not be absent in our kids' life. Stuff like that. What do you all think?
I really appreciate you
Yeah.
saying that, the Aquay, because one thing that I have always taken advantage of was the men that were willing to teach me those concepts and those things, like as it pertains to life, right? And so
Yeah.
I know for me in my life personally, like, mentors has been a big part of my life, to be honest with you. Like, I may
Yeah.
not have been able to call my old man, but like when I go to church, I got people there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
My longest mentor, Brother Parker, shout out Brother Parker.
All
Hmm.
right. All right.
I was in a mentor program in high school, and when I say like we instantly hit it off. Me and him, we've been
Mm-hmm.
tight since I was like 15 years old. He still calls me. He be like, "Why do I gotta hunt you down?"
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look,
Mhm.
when we go to lunch, he still pay for it, and I am not gonna turn that
Right. You can't pay no free
down.
food. Yeah, turn out free
So
food.
like he like when I've had to make business decisions, when I've had to make relationship decisions, whatever it is, like I cannot ever say, at least for the latter part of like my teenage years and even going into my like 20s, that I didn't have somebody there who was able to speak something into me or at least
Mhm.
draw something out of me that maybe I didn't see. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested from you guys, like when you think about mentors, I know you talked about your old man passing away, that you had a mentor into your life. So like how did that change or improve where you are now?
Well, let's say I always look at it like this. Everybody come in your life for uh, a specific reason. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Mhm.
They
Mhm.
and friendship or any type of ship, it comes with some type of exchangement. So when my father passed away, like I say, I gained from him is just to work. You work hard,
Mhm.
you provide, you take care of everything you need. And then when my mentor came in, he came in on the side that my father had no knowledge about. That's the entertainment side, the side that
Hmm.
that's the
Mhm.
alter ego of me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That he came in on that side and say, "Hey, look, now it's time to get to business." Because my father is like I say, it's just work, 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 work. I don't care what type of work it is. You work, don't call out. You sick, you call off, you still go to work. So
Right.
Mhm.
when it came to him, and he's in the entertainment role, he's gonna work with Russ Parr in the morning. He done been on the Ricky Lake show. He done
Mhm.
and I'm thinking like he came into my life. I'm like it's weird because there's another male figure coming into my life. Like I don't know you, you don't know me, but you want to get to know me. That's weird, but
Mhm.
Hmm.
it's a purpose. You know what I'm saying? And he pointed out that you're a prophet, right?
All right. All right. Speak the word.
Do you know that you're a prophet? I'm like, how? I didn't know what a prophet was. Only prophet I know about is that if I sell you this, I want to get something back for it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
he told
Mhm.
me about the other prophet where that I go off of numbers. My sign, I go off
Mhm.
of numbers. I'm a Gemini, I'm an air sign, so I bring energy. And
Hmm.
Mhm.
by me having a gift that, you know what I'm saying, he know that I really need to get out. Like I have a God's gift. And
Hmm.
he
Mhm.
seen that in me that I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Mhm.
say, it took me to go to prison to figure out that, I'm losing friends. And this whole come to find out, everybody can't go where you're going.
No.
So the whole
Yeah.
time, God's going to show you in a way that you would not expect that, oh, yeah, bro, I'm not playing with you, that you have a gift that I gave you and I need you to get to work.
Mhm.
Like I said, and it made me realize the people that I got around me that I
Mhm.
was the problem. So if it took me to spend 30 days in jail to get along with a bunch of convicts and a bunch of delinquents, that to
Mhm.
tell for them to tell me that I'm special in a concealed place,
Mhm. Mhm.
that took a lot from me, bro. That made me hope like, you know what? I got a gift. I have a purpose. So also
Hmm.
Mhm.
I'm not the problem. So the people that I'm around, I have to let go. It hurt.
Yeah.
It hurt a
Mhm.
lot. It hurt because the whole
Mhm.
time we've been friends for 20 plus years. The kids that y'all done had before I done had kids, guess what? They my god kids.
Wow.
And
Okay.
I'm no longer friends with y'all no more. So guess
Hmm.
Mhm.
what? I'm not that type of person. I'm not gonna be a father, a godfather to them. I'm gonna be a god dad to them.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So the whole
Mhm.
time, to this day, he's not together with his old lady, but the whole time she still contacts me to make sure that I'm in contact with my god kids.
Hmm.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow.
I say, God will put you in a position that He know that you can handle, but it's going to look confusing and it's going to make you think that you're tripping, but you're not.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I say I
Hmm.
go up. I'm the second child. My
Mhm.
father, you know what I'm saying? I said he got drunk. He come, you forget our names. And he said, oh, number two. You know what I'm saying? He done call me everybody's name. He's like, you know what? Forget it. Number two. You know what I'm saying? Come in. So I took that and I ran with it.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And said, my father's a twin. That's the number two right there. And his birthday is on February 22nd.
Mhm.
It's funny
Wow.
because you even
All
say you
twos.
look at yourself as an underdog.
Yeah.
Hmm. Due to the fact of my me not being consistent. It's
Hmm.
like whole time I just did a post and that thing just hit like at least 6,000 views, right?
Hmm.
But it's
Mhm.
like I don't do it every day because if I do it every day, you know what I'm saying. But I don't have the time to do it because I work. Not only I'm a comedian, I'm an electrician.
Okay.
So my
Okay.
mind, like I say, at work, I said, I just finished a 4-year apprenticeship, which I think I should have did that and got my lawyer's degree because it's the same thing, hard work. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I just finished that. It's like say that electrical work. Um, you got to be pretty much a genius to know what's going on, and that's like say I had to learn to love this trade due to the fact that I never really did anything that I really wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That everything that I was been doing it was because to make someone else happy. I was a people pleaser, but the whole time I was doing that in the wrong way, and that's
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
not the way that you're
okay.
supposed to do
Okay.
it. The,
Uh-huh.
the way I'm
Mm-hmm.
supposed to please people is with my gift,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
not with I'm saying, with not by babysitting your kids, not
Mm-hmm.
by taking your kids to school when you can't do it, not for doing something that you want to do, like not just for being there for you in general. Is
Mm-hmm.
to do my gift, do my what God had planned for me, and not what you got planned for me. I don't work like that. So that when I start dancing to my own beat, that's when people
Mm-hmm.
start thinking you're crazy. They start thinking, you know what I'm saying, like, oh yeah, he wants some other stuff. Like, nah, it's just that I'm living for me now and not living for everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. As we're having this conversation, I'm thinking about some of the mentors in my life as well. And I think, all of us can relate to the idea that we should be thankful that we had people in our lives that help guide us, they help direct us, and they
Hmm.
help us like see some things in ourselves that we may not have seen before.
Yeah,
I
they see
mean, I
greatness
think
in you.
right, right.
Everybody.
They help
Uh-huh.
us recognize our talents, our gifts, the things that we're good at. For me, some of my mentors were in the church, and next thing I know, it they're asking me like to become a junior deacon when I was like a teenager, and
Wow.
I've been walking right, ever since. Actually, I was walking right before then, but like now I have a deeper purpose in like how I'm living my life. And I'm
Hmm.
thankful for the people that have come along because they've shaped so they helped me shape who I am today and where I'm trying to go with my life. And I
Right.
think when we are in a position where somebody can give us that knowledge and give us that guidance, let's receive it. Let's receive it with open arms. I mean, when we think about, just men in general, sometimes we can be like hard headed. Sometimes we just want to do our own thing. Sometimes we want to figure out things on our own. But when God gives you the ability to have somebody in your life that can help you, receive that help. Y'all know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I say, when somebody sees something in you, they want to. That's how you attract people. They say,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's that." Yeah, and I was trying to figure that out. It's like, how do someone gain a fan base? Because
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, they just like how you move. They like, what I'm saying, your energy. And now I'm thinking about it is your aura, and people want to be around things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I manifested the point to be a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Before
Mm-hmm.
I started hitting in these stages, me and my men would always tell when we get around a bunch of females, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's my man, he a comedian. And one thing I known for that is like any way to a female's heart is to make them laugh. Just like
Mm-hmm.
when they made to a male's heart, you feed them, you feed me food. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I got something for that, but I can't discuss it on this. But me, that right there, I look at all that in all aspects of you know what I'm saying, of just life in general.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Is that I
thank you.
don't
So
just take. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead, sir. I just wanted to, you go ahead first. Something just popped up that I wanted to just now bring up. Uh, while all three of you were talking, something just came to my mind, and you would ask, what is it? You can only mirror what you want to become in life.
Mm-hmm.
You can only mirror what you want to become in life. Your story was like you literally walked, you mopped the floor, you cleaned the floor, you were doing everything at the comedy club. Again,
Mm-hmm.
that became a platform. You mirrored what you wanted your destiny to become, and
Mm-hmm.
that is a very, very powerful thing for me. For the young men out there, there are certain people we can also associate ourselves with. Like, if you grow up in the church, become members of the youth club. Like, when I was growing up, all my friends around were people that were far older than me. Like, one of my mentor is a professor emeritus, Cartwright Davis. Man, that guy he has a couple of doctorate degrees. So each time I go close to him, man, I said, man, I just want to be like you. Say you can do it. And guess what? I'm working on my second and third doctorate degree simultaneously. Is there a magic one? No. Again, I surrounded myself with people that would challenge me to be my best. So again, for most of you, it could be being a part of a brotherhood and like a fraternity, buy clubs and all that stuff. Look for a group that would challenge you to be the best person that God has called you to be. So man, thank you so much. I really, really like you. Like one of my take home was from this podcast tonight is your story. Like you literally, your story is a challenge to me. I want to be that man that would impact the next generation. It don't matter how my yesterday was, but my future is better. So I'm gonna walk to.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Went through the tunnel.
He in the tunnel. He in the tunnel.
He in the tunnel. He locked
Yeah,
in
I
right
ain't gonna lie
now.
to y'all, man. This right here, I think I really need this, man. And it's just to let it out because it's not every day that I can, you know what I'm saying, sit there and talk about things like this. You
Mm-hmm.
know, when it comes to like my circle done went from this to this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So all I got, and I tell all my problems to my girls, my daughters, and it's like my baby mother told me, she say, you can't do that because they're kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I say, but like I
Yeah.
said, both of my daughters, I literally at a young age, I asked them, I hope their face, I say, do you understand what daddy talking about? And they say, yes, I understand. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Now, can I watch Paw Patrol? Step to the side and
In the way of Louis.
let me watch Paw Patrol and you know what I'm saying. But like I say, I talk to my daughters and I ask them, am I doing a good job? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I
Okay.
said one thing about them, they would never see no wrong in you. But it's like I tell them, tell me the truth. Even if I'm wrong, it can't hurt from somebody that I really care about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It can't, it won't. And I say if you can't take criticism from your own kids, then you won't make it. Because they
Mm.
always say kids will tell the truth.
Yeah.
They will
Mhm.
tell the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And I don't care if you tell it in front of the judge won't believe them before you.
Facts.
Oh yeah.
Facts.
Because they don't know nothing else. They don't know how to lie until they
Right.
see
Right. Mhm.
it. Until they see it. You know what I'm saying? To me, the only thing that lied to me is carpet. Carpet lie and nobody else does. I don't lie. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, I went through all my phases. I've been through all that, and it's like it's nothing but a waste of energy because you got to keep up with the same lie and trust and believe. I got too much stuff going on to be just worried about one little fib.
Yeah.
You got
You know
more
what
on
I'm
the
saying?
line right now.
Yeah. So it's like
Mhm.
it's to me personally, I got the answers. It's just the fact that I just gotta be around the right people to ask the questions to.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yes.
man,
That's
man,
deep. That's
Right.
man,
deep. That's deep.
Right there. You
man,
gotta write that down.
man. Damn. God. Like I say, I do this to myself and I say, when I'm on stage, um little thing about me, I don't smoke or drink before I go on stage. I don't.
Mhm.
Like I say I'm a smoker. I don't drink. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? My dad, like I said, my dad was an alcoholic, but he was a functional alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He can
Mhm.
get tore up and then he can
Mhm.
go to work the next day. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And he run it back again. Run
Yep.
it back. Run it uno mas. You know what I'm saying?
One more
But I
game.
say,
One more
you know,
game.
I say,
One more game. One more game.
when I got a show, I'm fully focused. I was like, you know what? I
Mhm.
stuff that I do right now, but it's like I say, I don't even use it due to the fact that if I write it down, I believe that's for the big stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's for
Mhm.
the Netflix special. So I'm
Mhm.
preparing my mind for that because it's going to happen. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If I came this far, it's going to happen. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like when I go out here, I say I'm a vibe person. I go out, I can read a room. And just like you read a Bible, I can read a room. And I say
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I know what they want to hear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We had a busy week, so I know what you want to hear. And the one thing about it I learned about comedy is like you talk about your pain before you talk about anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
You talk about your
Yeah.
message, your
Mhm.
mess, and your message, and then everybody will listen to you. They're gonna know the whole time. If they want to listen to a person that's a piece of crap, oh yeah, this is the person I want to listen to. Because whole time
Mhm.
it's the opposite of what they're living. Like for me, I don't like drama. So what I do is I watch drama on TV. I keep it on ratchet TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm gonna watch it instead of being a part of it.
Instead of living it. Yep, I got you. I got you.
Mm-hmm. So like I say, being in this full circle with y'all, these squares with y'all, like I say, it definitely bringing something out of me that I really didn't know that I can actually talk about.
Mm.
Man,
I didn't.
there we
You know what I'm
go.
saying? I don't talk about
There
this
we
on a
go.
daily basis.
Mm.
And it's like I had to sit there, and this the first time I said I take stuff serious. When she sent me the email, um, when Teresa sent me the email, I literally took that email and I pressed that button. I say, I want to hear what these guys talk about. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, I really do. I start having these fun because I think these are grown man conversations. Like I am a grown man, but it's like you never put in a grown man position. Getting on
Yeah.
the
Uh-huh.
stage, like getting on the stage, it ain't easy, but I can make it
Mm-hmm.
look easy.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, me, this is me hopping out the box. And at the end of the day, and I did something that I thought I couldn't do. I did not curse one time. I cursed on the prayer line before, but I say I did not curse on this one time, and I'm so proud of myself.
Hey man, I'm proud of you.
We're
I'm
proud
so
of you
proud
too.
of you, bro. So let me knock on wood and say it's not over yet, but I'm so proud of me, and I
Hang
want to
in there.
thank
Hang in
y'all.
there.
Thank
Mm-hmm.
y'all so much. I really do want to thank y'all so much. And then after this, if this won't be the end. I hope I see you guys. I hope we stay in
Oh,
contact because I
yes,
need
Yeah,
yes.
I need
man.
this type of people in my circle in order for me to be good. Because it's like I can't do this by myself. And it's
Hey, man.
like and sad to say, I got to this point by myself.
And so I'm a
Well,
challenge you. I would challenge
mm-hmm.
you in that area, man, because it's like if you got to this point by yourself, just doing what you thought, what you knew how to do, imagine
Mm-hmm.
how far you gonna get when you got good people around you that
Man,
challenge you
man,
in those
man,
Hey,
so
areas that you don't even
hey.
consider about,
there
right?
you go.
Well,
You see?
welcome to the brotherhood.
Thank
Welcome to
you,
the
thank you.
brotherhood.
I tell you,
And trust me, believe God got something special for me, and guarantee that I'm not the one that forget where I come from, you know.
mhm,
And I definitely break bread like Jesus did. I
that's
Yeah,
definitely
tough.
do.
That's tough.
yeah.
Man.
And
Hmm.
another thought for y'all. I'm thinking about unmet needs, whether we're talking about childhood, adulthood, teenage years, or whatever. Just because a need is not being met right now doesn't mean that it'll never get met. So
Hmm.
I believe this strongly in my heart right now that you needed to get all that stuff out in the open. It looked like, during this whole process, you was going through something, and now you coming out on the other side of this in a much better place. So just because we needed something yesterday, we can still be looking for it today. And as
Mhm.
long as we keep seeking, we'll find it. We just gotta keep plugging in until we actually find what we're looking for. It may not come the way that we're expecting it to come, but as long as we keep seeking, it's gonna come. We're gonna find it.
Hmm. Yep, yep,
I'm proud
yep.
of you. I'm proud of you.
Man, thank you so much, man. That means a lot to me because you don't know me, and to be proud of me, that's a lot. And now my advice to you is shoot that club up in a good way. Please do. You know what I'm saying? Spread that seed, man.
I
Because it's
think
like I say, people like you I know you really want it. I know you really want is to drag your legacy out as far as you could, bro. And to me, that's the
Hmm.
only way you could.
Yep. Yep.
That's the
You
only way
know
you
it.
can.
You know
There
it.
you
You
go.
know it.
That's
Uh-huh.
the only way you can, bro. And I'm proud of y'all too, man.
I
Yeah.
I
appreciate
am
that,
so
man.
proud of y'all too,
Yeah.
man.
It
Especially you,
was.
Junior. Yeah, especially you, bro, because you could be a crash out today or tomorrow, bro, and blame it all on your dad, man. But you not, bro, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing, bro.
I
Hmm.
appreciate that, man. I think my last two thoughts would be, for you, my man, like I always tell, or I always try to express to people that like there's a reason why all of that stuff had to happen in order for you to get here now, right? Because
Yep.
maybe you had this conversation 5, 10, 15 years ago, you probably wouldn't have been as receptive. You probably wouldn't have been as open, for real, for real.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And so there is a level of experience in life that everybody has to go through um,
Yep.
Hmm.
in order to get to the point where they even want to express themselves, right? And then the second thing is that men need men. Point blank.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep,
Mhm.
That's why, I
yep.
mean, if we're gonna be real, that's why you see a whole bunch of kids out
Yeah.
playing football and their mama's bringing them the football because they need
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
got to be around men, and they know they kid not good at football.
yeah.
At the same time, it's like we just got to be, at least for me, and something that I always try to practice is that I always try to make myself available for those who we don't even have to go through the same thing, but if we look the same and we even thinking the same, or I can hear where the gaps are for you, like I think the strongest thing as a black man is availability and access.
Yeah.
And when if you share and you show that availability and that access to people, man, you really never know the life that you gonna change, right? Something you said
Mhm.
earlier, man, is that like the best thing about being a comedian is that like you got to work and deal with you deal with your own pain first, right?
Mhm.
I'll be honest
Mhm.
with you, man. Therapy ain't nothing different.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna just tell you straight, being a therapist ain't nothing different because let
Mhm.
me run into a story, a similar situation, and I haven't dealt with my stuff, and then me and that other person, we got too much in common. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The only
Mhm.
difference is the difference is just the output in the setting. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I didn't know that by me before I found out that being funny was a gift. I did not know that it was a healer to people. Like I
Mm.
say, when I was down and out, when I was homeless, people would want me around them just because I was funny. You know what I'm saying? Because they was feeling down. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I can smoke all the drugs I want, and you know what I'm saying? If I got tired, you know what I'm saying? Like say, I ain't spending the night. I take a little nap, and that'll get me going on with the rest of my day. But like I say, by having this gift, I did not know that I'm a healer.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Did not even know that.
If
You know
you
what I'm
good with
saying?
words, if you are good with your words, you will be good with
Yeah,
people.
well, yeah,
Oh
and that's like I
man.
say, I've been in like not a lot of relationships, but before I got into relationships, I can tell someone how to, you know what I'm saying, productive relationship due to the fact that I watched my mom and my dad go through, you know what I'm saying, that they've been married
Mhm.
for what, 30, 32, maybe 33 years,
Okay. Okay.
you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
before he passed away. And to this day, you know, I say, to me, they still married. You know what I'm saying? To me, I still hear his voice, you know, and it's like when I know that I probably get knocked off my little path, I hear him. You know what I'm saying? Or I see them numbers. I'll be like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's good or bad. I say even when I was got locked up for something I didn't do, and it's like I knew that he was there with me. You know, him and God was like, oh yeah, we gonna get through this. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing but a little Gatorade break.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? This is
Yep.
just to let you know, or whatever it is that you're doing. You're doing something wrong, but it's like this is just a wake up call, just to get you
Mhm.
back on your stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like I say I could have lost it all, but like I say, my job was one of them jobs. They was like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying. Um, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying. When you just take care of your stuff, we got you. And it's like I was one of them that when I came home, I still had a job.
Hmm.
And that's like and then that's the only thing that I was worried about. You know what I'm saying? Like not working, and like my dad always say, you should always I say me being broke is not a good mix. It's
Hmm.
not. It's
Nah.
not. It's not
Man.
a good mix.
Well,
Mm-mm.
I'm glad that you saw something. I'm glad that you kept hope alive, and I'm glad that you
Mm-hmm.
recognize that you a healer too. And you know
Mm-hmm.
what? That's why the name of our practice is called Vision, Hope, and Healing, because we
Mm.
try to instill that in other people too.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. This is a
Hmm.
good thing that y'all doing, and it's like I say, in the future, I hope we can just do this again, and
Absolutely.
it's gonna be different from there, and I can be in a mansion telling y'all like, you know what, we could do the podcast down in the third basement. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, facts, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
It's going to happen. Like I say, it's like I say, we all need somebody. You know what I'm saying? Men, we need men. It's like no homo, but it's like that's what it is. It's like
Mhm.
those are the only ones that understand where we coming from.
Hmm.
Especially
Yeah.
if you coming from the same space, like like you say, that still hurt me, bro. That your dad was around the corner from you. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? It's not
Hmm.
funny,
Yeah.
but it's like I say,
Hmm.
and that right there, that's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
deep. That is so deep, bro. And it's like and you a junior at that. So it's like I will pile on the negative, the pros and the cons, and be like, but at the end of the day, that you turned out to still be this up front forward person
Hmm.
and still be able to tell your story and still be a mentor to other little
Hmm.
people.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That right there, that's deep, bruh.
It is.
Man, all things is possible.
Mm-hmm.
I just sometimes, man, you just got to look at it as an inconvenience to the bigger plan, but it ain't.
Hey,
It's
yeah.
not. It can't even be an inconvenience because it didn't get in my way because it came before me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Like
Yeah.
all the stuff that is going to happen in my life is going to happen with the last name that I share with the man. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
everything, and this goes for any man that I'm in charge of what the last name means now.
Hey,
Mm-hmm. There you
hey,
go.
hey.
There you
I
go.
love
I'm
that.
not.
I
There
love
you go.
that.
I'm
That's a good way to look at it.
not.
That's how you get through all
Yep.
that trauma. That's how you get through it. It's just bypass it because you can't control things you can't control. You know what I'm saying? You can control your Roku TV, but you can't control stuff that already done happened, stuff that already
Mhm.
been brushed under the rug. Because people will lift that rug up and bring old stuff back. And to me personally, that's just a waste of life. You're
Mm.
wasting life doing stuff like that, bro.
For
Yep.
sure, man.
And
And I'm not that type of person.
sometimes that step back can make us run out of the block even harder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I say it's always good. Like I say, and you can't tell nobody whether or not, you know what I'm saying, whether or not to live in the past because, like I say, the past is what makes you today.
Yeah.
It
Mm-hmm.
makes you what you are today. So the whole time it's like, if something hurt me, but it's like I have not got no, you know what I'm saying, no conclusion on it,
Mm-hmm.
no my final word on it. You just wanted to let it pass and it's like let bygones be bygones. I'm not that type of person. I need
Mm.
closure. I need to know.
Yeah.
Let's close this book so I can throw this in the deep river. You know what I'm saying, and leave it alone. Because I would not be hurt
Mm-hmm.
by the past.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
got.
I want to say this, right? I'm gonna say this specifically for you, my man. Closure does not involve two people.
Mm-hmm.
Closure is when you're ready to end that chapter and you're ready to move on.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
And so with
Mm.
that being said, you know, I want to hear everybody's final remarks, with their thoughts, kind of what they took away from this, and what's your word to the people, for real, for real.
So my word to the people is keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I say, in DC streets is always big old dirt, big old holes in the street. But guess what? You go over them and you be like, "What the heck?" but guess what? That don't stop you from going unless you know what I'm saying. Unless you got weak ties.
For sure.
And then so, and if that's the case, it's like you just gotta go to the pit stop and reevaluate yourself and get back out there. And it's okay to isolate yourself from the world for a minute to you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying to get yourself back in alignment because every car needs alignment, right?
Yeah,
They
Right.
say a car, a building is like the human body.
being
It's a
in
tree,
alignment.
you know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
get yourself in a line and you're gonna be okay. Everything will be okay. You know what I'm saying? When they actually say let go to it, let go and let God, that's a real term. That is a real
Amen.
term.
Amen. Amen.
That thing is
Mm-hmm.
real because as many times I done let go a lot of times, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
I believe I'm not supposed to be here today.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But like I say, it's not your call.
Hmm.
You can't call you.
Yeah.
Or if somebody say, "What's your number?" I don't know the number. I don't call me. I called you. Look on your call ID. So
Fact.
and that's why I say that's how I look at life, bro. And it's like I make your life is what you make
Hmm.
Right.
it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I say use them terms. Them terms like people don't even go back to that because they done said it so many times for different stuff. Still use it. Life is what
Mm-hmm.
you make it. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? If you decide you want to sleep all day, go ahead, sleep all day. But guess what? Them lights are gonna get cut off. You sleep all day if you want to. You look outside, that car will be gone. You know what I'm
Fact.
Mm-hmm.
saying? So get up, get to work. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do it. Everybody don't want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Slaves even did it. They got up in the morning to pick cotton. They didn't want to do it, but guess what? They had to do it in order to
Right.
live.
Right.
Fact.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't getting paid for it. In order for me to live, I got to pick this cotton. Because if I don't pick this cotton, I will die.
Yeah.
Keep
Mm,
going. I like
I
that.
will
Mm-hmm.
die.
I like that. I like
Keep
that.
going.
They said that they live for cotton. God knows what they did with that cotton. We don't know what they did. Pillows. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you got to look at life for what it was and look at people that really didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have much to live by, but it's like they was just all living by it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have light. They couldn't cut it
Hmm.
on because if they blew out that little camera they had, no telling
That
when they
was
was
it.
gonna get light. If you didn't know how to make fire,
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know how to make fire, then you short, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't realize a slave realized work to just to pick cotton. If you didn't do it, oh, you
Consequences, man.
man,
That's why you got to keep
Mm-hmm.
going. That's
man.
going, man.
That's why I say I take it to the heart, bro. I don't regret nothing, nothing. I don't care what I did because at the end of the day, it's already written in stone. Whatever it is you want to do, whatever your mind is set to do, oh, it's already told. The story's already told.
For sure,
Your
man.
time is not up to you to call it. We don't make the calls. We don't make the shots.
For sure.
You don't, bro.
Ricky, what you got, dude?
Man, so many gems dropped this evening. First off, Mr. Marcus, thank you for being here. We definitely
Thank you
appreciate
for
your
having me.
presence.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Man, I don't think you realize this, but you brought so much to this table.
For sure.
You educated us, and we're the ones trying to educate the public. But you shared some news with me, and
Hmm.
you shared some wisdom and some knowledge with me. So I definitely appreciate everything you had to offer this
Thank you,
evening.
sir. Thank you so much. And I'm thank you for your ears. Thank you for the time. Thank you for
Mhm.
listening. Just thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. I think this goes into like what my takeaway is. My takeaway is we just need to get together and just talk about this kind of stuff. We need to
That's all.
normalize these types of conversations. Sometimes we think about, our past defining us, but that's not necessarily the case. It has an
Mm-mm.
influence on us, but it doesn't determine who we are or where we are going.
Mm-hmm.
We still have that power of choice. We can choose to stay down or we can choose to get back up again. We can choose to complain or we can do something about what this situation is. We
Mm-hmm.
still can make changes not only in our lives, but in the lives of people around us. That can come in the form of being mentored by other people or even
Mm-hmm.
us becoming mentors as well. But when we think about where we want to be and where we want the next generation to go, let's move in that direction. And that's only going to come with us working together, sharing these conversations, and just doing something about the situations that we may be in. So I
Mm-hmm.
definitely appreciate your story because your story was all of that in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm. And then
Mhm.
they go back to him, his story, man.
Yep.
I say everything. I look at it like this. It could be worse.
Right.
It
Right.
could be
Right.
worse. At the end of the day,
Mhm.
it could be worse. And I say, what don't kill you make you stronger, bro. And you definitely are. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's not physically strong, it's mentally strong.
Mhm.
One way or the other. Because I say, bodybuilders, they not mentally strong. They just know how
Yep.
to work out.
So I think
I ain't gonna mess with them though.
Right. Don't mess with them. They
I
street
think my
strong.
I think my takeaway, and I guess what my charge is for every man is like just show up for a brother, man. Show up for another man.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a check-in, if it's a text, if it's a call, if it's an email, just check in, man.
Yeah.
The most powerful thing a man could tell a man is that I get it. That's the most powerful
Yep.
man
Mm-hmm.
could
I
tell
Mhm.
get it.
another
Yes,
man
sir.
that I get
And
Yep.
I definitely get
Yep.
it. I get it. I get it. I
There's
definitely
power
get
in the
it.
tongue. Power in the tongue.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, of course it
Mhm.
is. Of course it is. Of
Mhm.
course it is.
Mhm. Dr. Aqua, you got anything
Dr.
you wanna
Aquaman, he not on
He
here.
gone. He
oh
in the
he gone,
tunnel.
he
He
gone.
done went
He gone.
home.
Oh, okay. That tunnel long. That tunnel long.
Yeah, that
Okay.
thing is the Looney Tune tunnel. Oh, that's it.
He in the Acme tunnel.
Yeah, the Acme tunnel. They done drew the tunnel and then they wiped it away.
Going for it.
And
We'll, we'll
that's
find
how
him
it
on the next
works.
episode. We'll
That's
Yeah,
find
how
him
it
on
he'll
the
be
next
on the
works.
next episode. He'll
He
be at the
will be.
tunnel.
And but once again, thank y'all for having me,
Mhm.
bro. Because I really needed this. And it's like I said, I got a show coming up August 30th. I can keep at BNG Tarvin. If y'all want to come and check it out, bro, I will send you guys the flyer. And it's going to
Mhm.
be a show you don't want to miss,
Mhm.
man. I got a nice lineup, and they also having a showcase talent show where people can showcase their things and win $150. You know what I'm
All
For
right
saying?
sure.
then.
So
Okay. Okay.
Good plug-in, man. Good plug-in.
Love that.
thank
Love
y'all
it.
so much, man. I appreciate it
Thank
so much,
you.
Nah,
man.
we appreciate you,
We
bro.
appreciate you. Appreciate you. And you will
I'm
be back.
glad.
We will be back.
Thank you, man. I thank you so much.
The
Miss
invitation is
Teresa.
long standing.
And that's cousin right there. I done married her cousin. And that's my cousin. Right? So cousin Teresa, girl, thank you so much for having me. And I catch you at another family function. Thank
All
you
right.
so much, love. It's like talking to Macintosh and she just texting them. Thank you so much, love.
Yeah, she AI
Uh,
for real.
Yes, I
yep.
love it. I love it. She
That's
been speaking through the text.
and
I
that's
know
our
it's
fabulous
work.
leader right there. That's our fabulous leader.
Thank you so much. Thank you, love. And I trust and believe when you that email to say keep it clean. I've been thinking about this all day. Clean, 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 Mr. Clean. I'm gonna leave like this.
It's coach. It's coach.
I'm gonna leave like this, Mr. Clean. There you go.
Right.
Clean. I did it. I did it.
Awesome.
I
Awesome.
did it.
All right. And to our audience, we appreciate you guys joining us on this evening. We look forward to seeing you again. And let's
Hmm.
continue to have these conversations with
Let's
each other,
go.
ask the questions, do the things, and continue to stay blessed. We'll see you next time. Peace out.
That's Lord. That's Lord.
Easy.
All right.
I'm over here dying. Did we stop? Did it
Yeah.
stop filming?
Yes, it's